Good evening, Aaron.
Good evening.
It was great listening to your presentation today about Splitty. There have been models which are about virtual interlining in the airline business. So can we describe Splitty as virtual interlining for hotels?
So you got it exactly right. So Splitty's main product is actually like virtual interlining for hotel deals. What we essentially do, we take two separate bookings and combine it back together to one single stay. So again, we try to maximize the value for the customer, having the booking made from multiple sources, but still for the customer, it's one single booking for the same hotel that he wanted and the same room that he wished for.
So is Splitty going to be the merchant on record and protecting customers all the way if anything happens to their booking?
That's exactly right. Splitty is the merchant of record. When you book on Splitty, you know that we got you covered. We have our customer support team and operations team. We make sure that for the customer, it's a seamless experience until the check-in at the hotel.
Eran, you also mentioned that it took 3 years for the team to work on the algorithm, and it's been 12 months since you launched the B2C operation. So is your algorithm a secret sauce, and you're confident that this business model is going to survive and cannot be emulated by any OTA?
So we have a unique business model and a unique product because it's not the amount of engineers that you need to have in order to provide or develop this kind of mechanism. It's what you need to do in real time in order to create those itineraries. I mean, you can have 1,000 developers with 1,000 servers, but in real time to create those opportunities can take you minutes or even longer. What we have with our technology, in a matter of seconds, we know how to create this itinerary. And it's something that takes time. You need at least a couple of years to learn how the industry works, to learn who is better, on which rates, on which properties, on which regions. So then you can use this information on having the prediction, or the algorithm can understand how to create the itinerary in real time.
You mentioned that 20% savings is what typically the target customer can look for when booking through Splitty vis-a-vis any of the top OTA. Could be Expedia, Priceline, Agoda.
So Splitty main unique selling position is all about the savings. So anything between 20 to 30% would be our industry average. We also offer some crazy deals that can be 50, 60% off, especially with our unique offerings like room splits. But we target at not just having $10 or $20 off. We're looking for real meaningful savings.
So if you talk of splits, you just mentioned room splits. What are the other ways one can split? By just for the listener, room split means that variety of rooms within one hotel. Then you can book different hotels within one itinerary. You also refer to meals and other plans for splitting rooms.
So just to make things clear, we're still talking about the same hotel. Even with the room type split, it would still mean the same hotel.
Right.
But 2 nights with a classic room and 3 nights with the executive suite or something like that. But these are what we call the more aggressive or more extensive kind of deals. We do offer many kind of other deals that are easier to digest. For example, a regular deal, which we still have 2 reservations behind the scenes and the customer won't even know that. He would just see a cheaper price. Also, we offer a mixture between meal plans, so you can have, for your choice, you can have the first 2 nights with breakfast included, the other 3 nights you can have bed only or a full board or something like that. Or even we have a mixture between payment terms, so you can pay now $200 and the other payment would be at the check-in at the hotel.
Talking of the sourcing part, are you working with hotels directly, or you're sourcing the inventory completely from B2B route?
So we do get our inventory from hotels, but the main source of the supply that we have are actually the mediators, which means the wholesalers, the bed banks, the OTAs, the GDS. We prefer to connect to them directly. It helps us in getting a variety of rate plans from a variety of suppliers, and it enables us to grow pretty fast.
If you look at the number of bookings which are coming from alternative stay options, it's a huge market now. Are you also looking at integrating these options along with hotel room nights?
So it's interesting. So first, we saw a huge increase in what we call low-end hotels that are starting to be in an Airbnb-like environments. So property owners that have several properties within the same building or something. So mixture between room types is actually something that came from them that they want to use for our system. But just to finish your thought over there, we believe that we make hotels cost like an Airbnb or like an apartment, because we're saying you can pay like an Airbnb but have the experience of a 5-star hotel.
Talking of the suppliers, you mentioned that currently you're working with 30 suppliers and you intend to take it to 100.
Yeah.
Any of these suppliers coming from China going forward?
So yeah, we have great plans for China. Actually, one of our shareholders is Fusan Capital, which is the investment arm of Fusan. So they're helping us with our efforts right now in expanding into Asia. So we are at the minute of our talk. We have ongoing processes with several Chinese suppliers and in general, not only in China, but also in other parts of Asia. So yeah, so the Asian market for us is going to be super important in the next couple of years because the entire industry goes to those markets.
So for China, you're looking both at B2B and B2C?
So mainly B2B at the beginning. We want to be a supply for all the OTAs or the travel agents that are based in Asia. But 2 years from now, yeah, we also plan to do a B2C move. But at least in the next couple of years, it's only B2B.
Outside China, you already have B2B and B2C, right?
Yeah, of course.
For China, in the B2B part, are you also looking at launching widget for hotels?
Exactly. So one of our main plans for the B2B also in China is to find hotels that are interested in finding innovative solutions in order to create more conversions or increase occupancy rates for their properties. So definitely hotel owners are one of our target markets also in Asia.
China is one market, Iran, where a lot of super apps are there, where a customer goes into an ecosystem and can have multiple options to book. So are you also looking at association with some of the super apps or the ecosystems?
So for us, it's less of an issue right now because we're not planning a B2C play right now. So anyone that has a super app, from the biggest OTA until the smallest travel agent, we just want to be their suppliers. So for us, we're not planning to do anything in ourselves on those apps. We just want to be their source of inventory.
So lastly, when are you looking to launch B2B aspects of your business in China, and how many suppliers are you looking at initially?
So I can't talk about specific numbers, but I can tell you that at the minute right now, we are in the middle of integration with a couple of our first customers here in China. So hopefully by the end of the year, we can announce our first integration.
Thanks, Aaron, for your time.
Thank you for your time also.